Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update of 1000 daily challenge. Today is day 770, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, balance remain the same. I did close up in terms of Bitcoin itself, but it will near break even itself, a small little loss. So what happened here over in terms of the forward chart, why I closed the trade, as I mentioned, I wanted the price to break above this 50 simple moving average. It was a very decisive break. That was a key thing. It wasn't like a half-baked kind of effort. So it was a very nice, strong green candlestick along with a volume spike. So that was what resulted in me closing the trade on the forward chart itself. So remember, I entered the short at here. So I closed somewhere along here, which is a little bit of a loss, but otherwise nothing too significant, I would say. So right now we're actually bullishly going towards the upside, but of course we've got very clear resistance on the forward chart on the 200 exponential moving average. And it seems that we may potentially also close above it, which is definitely a very good sign. But the bad thing is the fact that we are seeing signs of decreasing volume, that's one, and also decreasing in terms of the length of the candlestick itself. So I do see some sort of potential pullback, but because we do have sufficient gap between from where we are right now to this price region, which is the support at 20.5K region itself, if we do have a weak retracement towards here, or even just near here itself, and then we find a very strong break towards the upside, there is where I could potentially enter a long. But bearing in mind that there will be a counter trend trade because ultimately we haven't have a clear confirmation. Because overall you can see the moving averages are still sloping towards the downside. That's definitely one bearish sign. But we do have some sign of a potential shift of momentum with the 200 exponential and simple moving average on the forward chart, a little bit towards the flat lining, which is like the parallel to the ground in that sense. So in that kind of scenario, we do see a decrease in terms of sell pressure over the last 200 period itself. So there's something to take note of. So the gradient of it does give some signs of a support or some signs of a potential shift of momentum. All right. Otherwise, if you look in terms of the daily chart for S&P 500 and Nasdaq, definitely a very nice green candlestick, and we are actually gapping up towards the upside. The key thing that we do want this week candlestick to close is definitely above 50 and 20 exponential moving average. But there's still around close to 5 hours left to go. So let's see how things goes. Similarly for Nasdaq, we would definitely want it to similarly close above all of which, if we could close that, then that could perhaps be a very good first sign. And then definitely we want the following Monday itself, the coming Monday itself, to actually continue towards momentum itself. So if we actually continue the momentum, they will give you a bit more room for some sort of healthy retracement, and then we could have sufficient strength to actually push past even the 200 exponential moving average and also the previous recent high over here as well. So that's definitely we definitely do want to see. On the other hand, for ASHR and KBER, it's still leaning a little bit bearish, but like I mentioned, we got a bear rally itself. So clearly, we still need to break at least the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart for potential shift. Similarly, we are seeing some rejection at the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart for KBER as well. So I'm a little bit cautious in terms of ASHR and KBER, but overall, I'm still bullish in terms of long term, like let's say 3 to 5 years down the road. We're likely to see much higher high than what we are seeing right now for prices wise for S&P 500, Nasdaq, and also for crypto itself. Of course, crypto, I'm just referring purely to the top coins, especially for Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are without a doubt a lot more coins that will have a lot more returns, but bear in mind the risk that they undertake will be significantly a lot higher as well. In terms of ASHR and KWEB, I still do think that it is much more likely to be on the higher side of things, but it's very hard to say because bear in mind that there's a lot of potential or subjective to how the capital market will be treated in the China market itself. So they are a little bit cautious, especially if the 2023 and 2024 hit, whereby there could be potential delisting as well. All right, otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to provide your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.